Stop for a moment before you scroll away, because this message might be exactly what you needed to hear today. Have you ever felt like you are praying, hoping, and waiting, but nothing seems to change in your life? Days pass, weeks pass, sometimes even months pass, and it feels like heaven is silent. You wonder if your prayers are reaching anyone at all. You begin to question your faith, your direction, and sometimes even your purpose. But what if the silence you are experiencing is not rejection? What if the silence is actually preparation? Many people think that when nothing seems to be happening, it means God has forgotten them, but throughout history the greatest transformations often happen during the quietest moments. There are seasons in life where everything feels uncertain and confusing. You wake up in the morning with hope that something new will happen, maybe a door will open, maybe an opportunity will appear, maybe the answer you have been waiting for will finally arrive. But instead the day feels ordinary, the problems remain the same, and the future still looks unclear. During those moments, doubt slowly begins to whisper in your mind. You begin to ask questions like, why is this happening to me? Why does it feel like everyone else is moving forward while I feel stuck? Why does it seem like my efforts are not producing results? These thoughts are something almost every person experiences at some point in life, yet what many people fail to realize is that progress is not always visible in the moment it is happening. Just because you cannot see something changing on the surface does not mean something powerful is not happening beneath the surface. Think about how a seed grows. When a farmer plants a seed in the soil, he does not expect to see a tree the next day. For days the soil looks exactly the same, nothing appears to be happening at all, yet beneath the soil the seed is slowly breaking open, roots are beginning to spread, strength is developing where nobody can see it. If someone judged the seed by what they saw on the surface, they might assume nothing is happening, but the reality is that the most important part of the growth process is happening where no one is looking. Life often works in exactly the same way. There are seasons where your growth is taking place internally. Your patience is being strengthened, your wisdom is increasing, your character is developing, and your perspective about life is becoming deeper and stronger. These are the moments that prepare you for opportunities that have not yet appeared in your life. The problem is that people often become discouraged during these silent seasons because they expect progress to be immediate and visible. We live in a world where everything moves quickly. People want instant results, instant answers, instant success, but the most meaningful achievements in life rarely happen instantly. Great accomplishments usually grow slowly through persistence, learning, failure, and patience. If you study the stories of successful people throughout history, you will notice something interesting. Most of them spent years working in obscurity before anyone recognized their success. The world usually sees the result but rarely sees the years of preparation that happened before the breakthrough. An artist spends countless hours practicing before creating a masterpiece. A writer writes thousands of pages before publishing a book that people admire. A scientist performs hundreds of experiments before discovering something that changes the world. The same principle applies to personal growth and spiritual growth. The seasons where you feel like nothing is happening may actually be the seasons where the foundation of your future is being built. Imagine a sculptor standing in front of a large block of stone. At first the stone looks plain and ordinary. Then the sculptor begins striking it with a hammer and chisel. Pieces of stone fall away, and to someone watching it might look like the stone is simply being damaged. But the sculptor sees something different. The sculptor sees the figure hidden inside the stone, and every strike of the hammer is carefully removing what does not belong. Eventually a beautiful statue begins to appear and people admire the finished work, yet few people understand how many strikes were required to reveal that beauty. In many ways life shapes us in a similar way. Certain experiences remove what no longer belongs in our lives. Some situations challenge us, some disappoint us, some force us to grow in ways we never expected. During those moments it may feel like we are losing something, but sometimes those moments are actually clearing the path for something better. Patience becomes extremely important during these seasons. Patience does not mean giving up or doing nothing. Patience means continuing to move forward even when you cannot yet see the final result. It means trusting that every small step you take today is contributing to something greater that will become visible later. Imagine walking along a dark road at night carrying a lantern. The lantern does not illuminate the entire road ahead of you. It only reveals a few steps at a time, but those few steps are enough to continue walking forward. As you keep moving, the light continues to reveal more of the path. Life often works the same way. You may not see the entire journey ahead of you right now, but you can still take the next step with the light you currently have. Over time, those small steps begin to build momentum. Each effort you make, each lesson you learn, each challenge you overcome becomes part of the story that shapes your future. Even mistakes can become powerful teachers if you are willing to learn from them. Many people eventually reach a moment in life where they look back and realize that the difficult seasons they once feared were actually the moments that changed them the most. Those experiences gave them strength, wisdom, and understanding that they would never have gained if everything had always been easy. It is also important to remember that your path does not need to look like anyone else's path. One of the fastest ways to lose confidence is to compare your progress with someone else's timeline. Every life unfolds differently. Some people achieve certain goals early while others discover their purpose later in life. What truly matters is not how quickly you move, but whether you continue moving forward. There will be times when the road becomes difficult and the future seems uncertain. During those moments, it is helpful to remind yourself that progress is rarely a straight line. Sometimes the path includes unexpected turns, delays, and detours. Yet those detours often lead to experiences you would never have encountered otherwise. They introduce you to new opportunities, new ideas, and sometimes even new directions that turn out to be better than the plan you originally imagined. This is why perseverance is one of the most powerful qualities a person can develop. Perseverance means refusing to give up even when the journey becomes difficult. It means continuing to believe that your efforts matter even when the results are not immediately visible. Over time, perseverance has a remarkable effect on a person's life because it allows them to continue growing long after others have given up. One day you may find yourself standing in a place you once dreamed about while wondering if it would ever happen. In that moment you may realize that the silent seasons of your life were not empty after all. They were preparation. They were the moments that built your strength, shaped your perspective, and prepared you to handle the opportunities that eventually arrived. When you look back, you may see that the waiting, the uncertainty, and the challenges were not obstacles stopping you from moving forward, but lessons guiding you toward the person you were meant to become. Life rarely reveals its full meaning in the present moment. Often the purpose of certain experiences only becomes clear when you look back and see how the pieces of your journey fit together. So if you are currently going through a season where everything feels quiet and the answers seem far away, remember that your story is still being written. The chapter you are living right now is only one part of a much larger story. Continue taking the next step even if it is small. Continue learning from every experience. Continue believing that the effort you invest today is building something meaningful for tomorrow. Because sometimes the greatest changes in life happen quietly, long before anyone notices them. And when the right moment arrives, everything that once seemed confusing will begin to make sense, revealing a path that was guiding you forward the entire time.